What's happening, guys? Friday night, 6 p.m. You've got nothing better to do. You're not able to go to the pub, so locking in for another dose of inspirational chit-chat with an AnyForty artist from around the world. This time I'm going to go to Miami, so let's have a quick look and see if our man Friks is on board and ready to go. Alright, bear with us. Here we are, let's go. Excuse me, fat fingers. Alright. Come on, Instagram. Don't be a dickhead. Boom. Let's go. Yes, mate. How you doing?
Yo. Hey,
Good?
what's up, bro?
Mate, all good. Exciting times, man. We must have known each other for since 2013. Talking about 7 years.
I think 2012. And I actually
2012.
rocked.
Yes, the classic on the screen as well.
Oh, there it is.
Mate, well, thank you very much for giving up some time on a Friday at dinner time. I hope my accent, you can understand it all right. I'll try and speak a bit slower, not get too excited.
Okay.
So, how's things in Miami, man?
As of right now, I mean, I've been staying inside as much as I can, but from what I hear, that we haven't seen the worst yet. Like I did some mass the other day, and some nurses came by and picked them up, and
Okay.
they said that it's like gradually getting a little bit worse.
Yeah.
So they're saying maybe we haven't seen the worst yet. So
Yeah.
it's gonna come in like a wave.
Yeah. It's pretty terrifying, man. But you just got to, like you say, just stay in, keep safe,
Man.
be sensible, and stay motivated, man. Which looks like you don't have a problem with motivation.
No,
Never.
no, no. I'm taking this as a mental break,
Yeah.
and just making time to do stuff I want to do. I mean, I still got some freelance gigs coming in, which is great, so that keeps me busy. But yeah, man, just trying to stay busy, working out in the mornings, cooking every meal,
Right.
yeah,
Mate, it's all you can do, isn't it?
that's it.
So let's,
A lot of Netflix.
oh, mate, what you been watching on Netflix? You been on that Tiger King?
Yeah, bro. That was I didn't know people in the world like that existed.
Nah, it's absolutely bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know it's that easy to get a tiger. I didn't know that the type of worlds that they live in. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's out of my norm.
Outrageous. Yeah, you definitely can't get any tigers in England. Dogs, that's about it. Dogs and cats.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Mate, so let's jump into the creative talk. So I think, like me and you again, like I had a chat with Travis Price in Australia a couple of days ago, and we're both again from a similar sort of creative output where we've launched like a lot of brands and we've worked on a lot of brands. So the big thing that sticks with me about you is you obviously do your client work, but you're obviously very passionate about running brands yourself. You've got things like Toy Snobs, you've got like Outrank brands, the Doers Club. What are you working on at the minute? What's live?
I mean, Outrank brand. Before I went on with them full time, like I used to have like a retainer with them, and I would do monthly designs and stuff like that. And then it became we evolved the relationship, and they told me they would love for me to like come inside and like do more. So we worked out a deal that kind of made sense to both of us, and I've been with them now like 2.5 years.
Wow.
And it was a big transition in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty scary because I had been working from home for 7 years. my own schedule, you know. And now it's kind of like, all right, back in the office.
Yes.
Let's do this. But I feel like I was ready for something different too.
Yeah.
I feel like, not that my job is boring, but like I felt like I needed something else. I feel like I needed like that creative team around me. You know, let's build something. Let's make something bigger than myself. And honestly, I don't regret it at all. I feel like I'm a member of society again.
Mate, yeah.
You're like, you know, take my coffee to work. Let's get creative. Let's work on new stuff that we've never messed around with. And I love it. I'm looking forward to seeing the brand grow more than it already has.
So that's,
you know?
That's like you guys are.
That's Outrank. So I'm their art director, the designer. You know, everyone pitches in creatively, but you know, the design wise, it falls on my lap.
Brilliant. Well, the stuff you've done and you're doing looks great, man. From what I've seen on Instagram. So you're based in Miami, yeah?
Yeah, I'm based in Miami. I do also want to touch on Toy Snobs because that's like another part of my life.
Of course, yeah. Well, I feel like we're gonna have
That's me and my partner. That I've known him since high school. We've been friends since high school. And I remember the first time he brought it to my attention, I was kind of like, And then like a year later, he brought it up to my attention, and I was just like, because you know, all these brands, they fall into niches, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's like I was really revolved in streetwear. I didn't want to like create something that competed with myself or my other clients. So I was like, okay, this is a totally different world.
Yeah.
Totally its own cult following, and let's come up with cool. So I looked at it from like a business standpoint. Yeah, I was like, it's smart. And man, bro, we just reached we're about to reach our 4th year anniversary. Growth. I mean, I know you've been in the game for a long haul, so
a while.
4-year anniversary with it. We're loving the growth. We're loving the collaborations we're doing. Yeah, man.
Mate, it's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful little genre to take a trip into because it's something that I grew up like. I'm a similar age to you. I think I'm 6 years older than you. If the 84.
No, I'm 35 now.
35, yeah. 6 years older than you. So I kind of grew up in the 80s as well, and watching wrestling and playing with Transformers and Thundercats and Turtles.
I'm still playing with them, bro. Right now, I'm like really, really into Ninja Turtles. Like Ninja Turtles was always my favorite, but now I've been buying them again recently. You know, finding still on the card.
Yeah.
Not doing anything, just to look at them every now and again, and you know, put them in my office.
Mate,
it inspires me, you know.
Yeah, it is. It does.
Everybody has their formula.
I've got a load around here.
Yeah, I see that all behind you.
Yeah, recently I've just got back into like Masters of the Universe. Got into Thundercats again. So
yeah, that's my partner's favorite, Masters of the Universe.
Oh man,
mine's Ninja Turtles. So if you notice our logo,
yes,
it's a turtle tour. So we kind of match them both together.
Skeletor on the turtle. It's fine. But it's a great thing to sorry, go on. Yeah. It's a great thing to get into, like, because it's stuff we grew up on, and it's obviously influenced and inspired us all. But especially in times like the moment where it's like, mate, it's scary outside. It's nice to be able to even now like look back into stuff you did as a kid when there was just no real fear in the world, and remember those things. Like even yesterday, like I've not seen a WWE match like for maybe 20 years, but I found out you can subscribe to the WWE network or whatever, and they've got all the stuff that I used to watch when I was a kid, from like 88 to 96, the Ultimate Warrior, all this sort of stuff. And I just spent last night watching stuff I watched when I was last like 12 years old.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
It chills you out, and it just brings back all these memories, but it's all inspiration with the color palettes and the characters, because that's something that your work is just, it's always struck with me. It's like, I love character design, and your characters are just classic, man. Like,
thank you, man. Thank you.
Either fictional characters or ones that you've based on real life people. Like I saw some stuff recently with is it your daughter's cheerleading team, where you've done the little characters with is it the little tigers? Sick.
Yeah, because the mascot's Jaguar.
Ah, that's it, Jaguar. Brilliant. So oh mate, awesome. So that's Toy Snobs, Outrank brand. What about the Doers Club?
I had to put a pause on that, kind of like just to see what route I really want to take it. I guess I hit like a creative block with that.
Yeah.
But it's not over, but it's at a pause right now. It's at a pause.
That's it. It's good to just experiment with different stuff, isn't it? See what sticks.
Yeah.
Like I think at the moment I've got two live brands, but I've got like another two that are, I say, yeah, on pause. I like the sound of on pause rather than just not making stuff anymore. Mate, so we'll just briefly mention that before that you're from Miami. So I think you're to people in Europe and stuff, when you think of creative cities around the world, don't get me wrong, but I don't often think of Miami as being somewhere that would instantly jump to mind. Like, what's Miami like to live in terms of creative vibes?
I mean, I guess it's biased because I'm from here.
Right. Yeah.
And I've been a creative since I was a little kid. You know, like I've been drawing since I can remember. So I always gravitated to those groups that were the creatives. You know, like in school, if you saw somebody drawing, we call them black books.
Yes.
You saw somebody drawing a black book, that's the guy I would sit next to in lunch.
Yeah.
Let me draw in your book, draw in mine. You build a relationship. So I guess I've always been surrounded by creatives. So it's hard for me to look at it from a standpoint of like, oh, there's no creatives in Miami. To me, there's a lot of creatives in Miami.
Yes.
But that's what I like to surround myself with.
Yeah.
You know? But no, I mean, there's a strong, street art community out here, fine arts. I mean, there's Basel that happens once a year, which is one of the biggest art shows ever. So the streets just get a little too crazy for my taste now, but it's still here, still here. So to me, I feel like it is a creative, but I'm also from here. Yeah. I'm sure every community has its own creative sector. You know what I mean?
It. You have to just know the people and know where to look, I guess, don't you?
Yeah.
But it's it seems like an incredible city, and it's kind of something that I'm kind of kicking myself for, because I got a chance to go to is it Basil?
Basil's an ingredient. Basil is
basil. Cooking it up. I got a chance to go there, like, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, when Signal Noise was doing like a live installation there. Okay. And I couldn't really stretch to it financially, and I'm kind of kicking myself now that I never did it. Like, now when we're in days of lockdown, I just wish, fuck man, I wish I'd gone there and like had a chance to have a good look. But it's always going to be there, man. And
it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. But if this quarantine teaches us anything, is when we get out, live it up, bro.
Mate, definitely that.
One day to the next. That's it.
So are you on lockdown with the family?
Yeah. I mean, I get my daughters on the weekends.
Yeah.
But the mom lives relatively close, so it's not an issue. And yeah, just me, my girl, well, fiance now.
Yeah, but, congratulations. I saw it on your Insta. Awesome, man.
So, yeah, man, just being indoors. I ordered a bike a couple weeks ago. It gets here today, so I'm really excited about that. I know you're big on bikes.
Yeah.
It gets here at 5, so I'm excited for. That's gonna be my outdoor, adventure.
Need it, man. Mate, so let's just talk about. I know you're saying you work for Outrank now, but what's a normal working week for you in terms of like how much time do you spend on personal projects or client projects?
So I get to the office, around 9-10, just a normal work day till 5.
Yeah.
Get home, clock right back in, start looking at my emails, start looking at what's next on the to-do list, and I'll work maybe till like about 10-11. I mean, again, it's a very flexible schedule, because since I get my daughters on the weekends, it allows me to really hustle Monday through Thursday. Like get it all in, do everything I gotta do, and then spend my weekends with my girls and relax a little bit. So it's kind of like, it's worked out.
Yeah,
it's worked out. But yeah, you gotta put in the work, so I can balance the Outrank, the Toy Snobs, my freelance, a mural here or there. I gotta make it happen.
Yeah, busy man. Yeah. So what like the stuff that sticks out to me as well is like, I love like a lot of your client work, like a lot of the brands you do for people that all seems like super fun, and I can always see like your style in that. Do you do you get people coming to you now where it's like, right, I got a barbershop, I need a logo, just do it, and people trust you, or do you find you get directed
I feel like there's two types of clients. No, actually, there's two types of clients. The ones that want you to be creative, and then the ones that they wish they were designers, but they want to use your hands to create for them, you know, and control the process throughout the way, which kind of takes out the fun a little bit. Yeah. But for the most part, most of my clients they'll have an idea, and then I give my 2 cents, and then I bring it to life. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'd like to tap into their vision. Yes. Each, you know, maybe there's that barbershop that's more into hip hop. Maybe there's that barbershop that's more into rock. So having the same logo won't really make sense. Nah, I like to get to know the client a little bit, like as far as their taste, because everybody's taste of what's cool or what's dope is a lot different than mine. Definitely. You know, so what I think is cool, they might not think is cool. Yeah. You know, so I like to get to know them a little bit and see where their head is at, and if not, then if they need help, like with the direction of the project, then I'll create like a mood board and feel them out and see what they're liking, and then go from there. Nice. So what's one of your favorite client projects to date? I love logos. Yeah. As logos, I think is my favorite. I love T-shirts too, but I don't know. I love logos. I love creating the non-existent brand and turning it into something. Yeah. I think those are my favorite projects. Right. Can you name like a couple off the top of your head that people should go and check out, like on your Instagram? Of logos I've done? I mean, I believe it or not, I love doing barbershop logos. Yeah. I don't know if I was a barber for 10 years. Yeah, so I feel like I relate to that culture a lot when a barber or somebody wants to open up a barber shop hits me up, and I'm like, yeah, let's go, you know? Yeah. I got this. You know? So I think that's one of my favorite. And then, of course, I love T-shirts. I love murals too, especially typography murals. Oh, like, yeah. That's really my jam, you know? Like painting huge letters. The bigger the better. Massive letters behind you, yeah? Yeah, it's my dining room area. Mate, that's the thing I like about your work. It's obviously your characters, like I say, I'm a sucker for character work, but all your hand drawn type, man, it's so strong, so tight, and it's a mixture of different styles, isn't it? I see like almost like kind of West Coast customs style, I don't know, like kind of gothic type, but then all the beautiful freehand like script stuff that you do is just sick. But what I was going to ask you is, I see you use Procreate quite a lot on the iPad, don't you? Yeah. That looks like your type has just exploded from being able to use that. Man, I love that freaking program, bro. Yeah. I remember my biggest regret when I started using Procreate, because the iPad was already out for like a year before I finally got it. My biggest regret was that I didn't get it when it came out. Because it just cut down so much time from even sending a sketch to a client, from not having to use the scanner anymore, not having to use a light table anymore. Like everything is so direct, no paper. Like I actually hate drawing on paper now. I will find myself drawing on paper and zooming in. Yeah. It's just second nature already. So yeah, I mean, iPad for me and the Procreate program has definitely boosted my creative. Yeah. Just at a more rapid pace. You know what I mean? Yeah, it looks like you've definitely been experimenting more with your type. I don't know whether lately or just when I've gone through your feed, but there was a period when you were just banging out lots of like type jams and stuff, which were killing. I feel like I go through seasons, you know, like I'll go through just the typography, then the mixture, then maybe some cartoons. I don't know. I'm always all over the place. I just kind of ride the wave I'm on. Keeps it exciting. Yeah. I feel like after, I guess my mind knows once it becomes too repetitive, you know, and then I'll jump into something else. But then what's cool about that is then you get to a point that where you start like mixing all those things that you were working on, and you try to put them together, and then you come out with something even new. That's it. You know, like I posted one that I really liked the other day of that statue eating the pizza. Yes. Yeah. I was like, man, that's like everything I've ever done put into one place. Yeah. I love it. It's something else, you know. So what's the deal with that job? That's for like a new pizza spot. It's for an old time client of mine. He's opening up like a chain of pizza restaurants in South Carolina. Oh, beautiful. So he just wants to fill up all the restaurants with art. So he just wants to create like unique pieces and just blow them up, frame them, hang them up.
Nice.
Yeah, bring some
And
life into
I guess
to the shots.
is Procreate a bit like Illustrator in the fact that you can export as vectors?
Yes and no. If I think of the only downfall Procreate has is that it doesn't export vectors.
Right.
But it does export like very high quality images.
Yeah.
So I create my files that are really high, like 6,000 pixels by 8,000 pixels. So you can really blow them up as big as you need to.
Yeah.
And they're Photoshop friendly. So and like even with Outrank to print shirts, I can export the files as a transparency PNG.
Yeah.
And they're able to color separate that without a problem. So there's some designs out there that I've done that I didn't even touch the computer at all.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy to think about.
Mate, yeah, it's exciting, like the direction software is going, isn't it? In what you can do.
Yeah. So
like laptops and stuff might be a dead material. Like
I don't know. I still need the Illustrator though. I guess it depends. 'Cause, like I won't design a logo on Procreate. Because I always wanted to have that crispy vector for a logo to blow up, size down, no matter what. But if Procreate comes out with a vector form,
it's gonna be danger for Adobe.
Because I've messed with that Adobe Draw program, but I don't know. I guess to me it's not that user friendly as Procreate is, and I don't know. I'm more invested into Procreate at this point. So
yeah, mate. Well, it seems to be working. Like especially that like the pizza piece that I just saw. Like yeah, it looks ridiculous. So have you like we've got like a good 35 minutes left. If you've got the time to keep chatting, we'll open it up and see if anyone's got any questions.
Go for it.
But what are some of your inspirations then? Like obviously we know about the toys and the streetwear industry, but like, what really gets you excited, man?
I get inspired through music a lot. Like I'll always have my AirPod on, listening to something, whether it be a podcast, music. I'll hear something, jot it down for the next idea.
Yeah.
I'm always Pinteresting, man. Like, I'll type in a word just for fun and see what comes up, and you never know. Like, things come up. Google, just images. I just live on the images pages. I constantly, plus on Instagram, I follow all the artists I want to follow.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly grabbing little inspiration from everybody, you know?
Yeah.
And you just got to keep it. And I think while you're creating, you think of new ideas as well.
Yeah.
You know? And you keep adding those to your pocket as you go creating. And
so let's just talk about music quickly then, because like I'm a big hip hop fan and stuff, and I've seen you've done a lot of stuff on Mayday and Recognize.
Yeah.
What sort of, is there any like musical clients that you'd love to do work for, like
Recognize is up there because I've been working with them for a very long time, you know, and they've connected me with strange music, and I've done stuff for them, and a great group of guys, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, the way I met them was kind of funny because I went to one of their shows, and I didn't realize it at the time because Rec had grown out his hair, and like he looked like, you know, just like a Jewish burnout, you know?
Yeah.
And I see him on stage, I'm like, man, he looks familiar, man. It wasn't until the next day that I remember that's Recognized from the MTV battle.
Yeah, the freestyle.
And in MTV battle, I come from a barbershop background. All we did on Fridays was pop in that battle and root the homie from Miami on.
Shit.
So when I put those two together, I was like, oh my God, wow, that's awesome. Love the band. I created like a little artwork for fun, just as a fan.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went a little viral, you know, like Miami shouted it out, and posted it everywhere on their websites. And then I came across them on the street one day, introduced myself, and that's how we built the relationship since then.
Oh, man.
They started reaching me out for projects, for album covers, t-shirt designs. It's been awesome, man. And now I've even done collaborations with Recognized with Toy Snobs. So that works out.
So that is that a game?
There's a Ghostbusters one.
Oh, the Ghostbusters one.
Yeah.
And like, did I see like a Vanilla Ice one as well?
We did a Vanilla Ice, but that wasn't with him. That was just like to tap into the vintage hip hop kind of market.
No, that was it. The Ghostbusters one. I remember it.
Yeah, there's a Fifth Element coming in the future. that's what we're gonna tap into with Recognize next.
Brilliant, man. Look forward to seeing
It'll be
it.
fun. Yeah.
So right, what? Talking about artists on Illustrator that you like and follow, who are like a few of your favorites at the moment?
At the moment, well, let's tap into. Let me answer that question by where it started.
Yeah.
Where it started and where it opened me up to even collaborate with you the first time.
Yeah.
So this is like late 2000s, right?
Yeah.
I'm still in the barbershop. I got my first computer. I'm finally taking classes in college. And then I get introduced to this guy, Hydro74. And I'm like,
Joshua.
I'm like, I need to learn the computer. Like, I'm already doing this on paper. I need to learn the computer.
Yeah.
So that's when I started bumping up on my classes in college and trying to get into Illustrator and Photoshop. And little by little, started drawing my. Back then, I was more into characters. I still wasn't messing around with typography as
okay. Yeah.
Still doing a lot of characters, and I was like, man, this is what I want to do. Like, oh, and then I would see how much graphic designers make, and I'm like, no, that's not what I want to do. What they were, what they're paying hourly and stuff like that. This is before knowing the freelance world, and I'm like, oh my god, no! You're telling me $15 an hour. I make that in 20 minutes cutting hair. That doesn't make sense. But no, man, I still pursued it. It was a passion of mine. Stayed designing for years in the barbershop just for fun.
Amazing.
But yeah, Hydro74. And then when you came around, I was like, I've seen that logo before. I'm gonna work with this guy.
Mate, Josh is a fucking absolute legend.
Yeah, man. He's the OG in the game, like he's been
since the beginning. That original logo for me, like back in the days, I was like art directing Computer Arts Projects magazine, and I worked with him on a few pieces, and then one day I just got an email with like, I've just done you a new logo. You don't have to use it, but I've done it if you want it. And I opened it up and I was like, oh, I'm using that, and I'm never changing it. And
it's a classic logo,
man. Great guy. Like I was lucky enough to meet him in Paris. There was an event called B Street, which was in Paris, like, again, probably 2011, 12, and Josh was there, and mate, great guy, and it was just awesome to met him in real life after chatting to him for so long. But he's up there, man. Like, he doesn't get the respect. He doesn't get the respect of a lot of people he deserves, but he's fucking top notch. Like skills, like creative output, motivation, speed as well.
He created his own lane, like he has that type of style that if you see it, you're like, yeah, that's either Hydro or somebody's trying to be him, you know. And there's like style,
Amazing. Oh, I never knew that. I never knew that's how it came on board, because I was trying to think like earlier today, like how did I first see your stuff, and I was thinking, was it through, because back in the day as well, there was a vector network called Blood, Sweat and Vectors, run by like Jared Nickerson, J3 Concepts.
I don't remember that. I remember posting a lot back then on Mint Tees.
Yeah.
And it maybe through there, but I never heard Blood, Sweat. No, I never heard of that one. So.
It must have.
I used to use Coroflot too. That was like the first platform to ever like expand my portfolio.
Yeah.
And through there, like some streetwear brands found me. Through Mint Tees, brands found me. This is before Instagram,
Yeah.
For Instagram was definitely the biggest booster ever.
Instagram's been like
and still is. Some of the biggest clients I've ever worked with, they're like, "Oh, how'd you find me?" Instagram. Like,
yeah,
it's
ridiculous. People do get a bit pulled up on like numbers of followers and numbers of interactions and stuff, and you forget it's just about getting your work on there, having like a chronicled collection.
It's continuous, repetitive, not paying attention to the likes, not paying attention to the comments. Like, if you really pay attention to that, and I've fallen a victim of it too, but you got to remind yourself, like, that's not why you do this. Like, you care about the work you're doing, or do you care about your likes? Like, the likes don't pay your bills.
Nah.
The comments don't do anything. The comments are just like social support.
Nah.
But it's just continuously putting work out there, and the right person that needs you for that job is going to contact you. You know?
That's it. You just don't know who's going to see stuff, man.
You don't know. Like even this week, I did a I went to go paint something at a buddy of mine's gym that he's opening up. You know, obviously social distancing, no problem. But he stayed outside while I painted inside. But I painted this lettering in my dining room. I didn't get paid for this.
Nah.
That was his reference.
Ah, yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, I want you what you did in your dining room in my gym."
Yeah.
So
this is what I try to tell, like, especially younger artists, if they ever ask for advice, it's just create like the work that you want to do.
Exactly.
And the work you want to do for clients. And like, I've been in the position where I've worked for like design studios and agencies, and 9 times out of 10 you'll find an artist's work in a style, and you'll flip your idea to fit that style and say to them, I want like what you've done here, but like this for the client. And it's if people aren't creating that work for people to see, they're just missing out, man. Missing out big style. So that's amazing, man. So like, yeah, Instagram brings a lot of people together around the world. I think like there's obviously a lot of people can get trapped into like negative little paths on Instagram, but creative community, I think it's brilliant, man.
I guess it's your perception on how you use the platform. You know what I mean? It's your perception. I use it to network. I use it to stay in contact with people I like to follow, see their work, or to keep in contact with people that I've never met you in person, but we've been in communication for years.
Mate, yeah.
You know, like every now and again you'll drop in, I'll drop in, I'll come here, quick chat, keep it going, you know? Or, oh, hey, I got a project for you. Great, let's go. Like,
and that's it.
That's what it's good for, to get connected and build. And like, you're on the other side of the world and we've still done stuff together.
Mate, you know, it's mad, isn't it? I'm grateful for it every day when I think about AnyForty and the people I've worked with, and especially doing these chats now. Like I've only done like 3 ones before this, and it's like you're the first one actually where I'm speaking to someone where I've never spoke to them, like on the phone. We've never met in real life, but when you share like a little past history of chatting to each other and knowing what each other kind of gets up to, it's just easy. It's easy to talk to people when you've kind of know them and you're into similar stuff. So yeah, Instagram's fucking brilliant for that. So
brilliant. I don't know what's gonna top this one. I mean, they're saying TikTok is around the corner, but it's a different type of platform. You know what I mean? I feel like it's more for like entertainment versus connection. You know what I mean?
So what's it like in terms of like the younger generation? So have you got 2 girls? Is that right?
Yeah, 2 girls. One's 4. One's about to turn 8 in like a week.
Yeah. Are they?
And she's big on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's her life. But she's also into dance routines and stuff like that. So, you know, I let her be creative with herself, you know?
Yeah, man. It's all just different expressions, isn't it?
Yeah.
So right. I had a list of like stuff I was going to ask, but with these things I always try to memorize them. And there was one question I wanted to ask you, but it's evaporated out of my little pea brain. So oh no, we were still chatting about other inspirations. So we were talking about how Hydro74. Who you current, like, is there any like new like up and comers that you've seen that have kind of like not blown your mind, but you just thought, yeah, fuck, this kid's gonna be one to watch in like a couple of years?
I remember this was like a couple of years ago, and what was crazy is that it was so simple, right? It was so simple, and I was like, genius.
Yeah.
And he's blown up. Joshua Videz.
Who, sorry?
Joshua Videz.
No, I don't think I have.
He's done a bunch of stuff. You check him out, and
yeah, I will.
And his concept is so simple, but perfect.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first saw it, I was like, man, that's gonna go far. And I don't know the guy. I love the style. I love how simplistic it is. It's just so clean, man. And now he's getting involved with bigger projects, and it's just crazy to see how it's evolved.
Yeah. So what is his concept?
It's basically turning what's reality into the idea. So the idea is like the sketch. So he'll make it.
I've seen him. He paints stuff white and then draws the outline around things. Yeah, he's done stuff.
It's so simple, but it's like and I love vectors. So to me, it's like a real life vector.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
Such
him
an easy concept.
when he first started doing stuff. Yeah, his shit's brilliant, and it's just like you say, it's a simple concept: painting stuff white and then drawing like outlines
Of
around
course.
stuff.
Yeah, here's a window, here's a skateboard, here's a cone, but it works. I don't know, it works. I want a cone. I'll
Yeah,
put it in
yeah.
my house. You know?
I've seen he was like selling stuff, wasn't he? Like painting bricks and painting like Nike Max trainers and then redrawing around them.
Yeah, man. It's great.
Tell you
It's
what,
great.
man. Let's just see if anyone's got any questions for you, because it's often hard to just scroll back through stuff. Not so much, yeah, just general comments. Quarantine. Right. Has anyone out there got any questions you want to ask? If you do, now's the time. We've got like 23 minutes left before go back to the day job. So let's just chat about let's think. What the fuck was that other question I wanted? Oh yeah, apologies for swearing if there's any children listening. Yeah, like in terms of like dream projects, is there any like things that you want to get into doing? Like obviously you do a lot of branding, you do a lot of murals, a lot of t-shirts. Is there anything like like movie posters or video game? Is there anything that you really would think like, right, in the next 5 years, if I can do this job, then boom, that's me happy?
Honestly, I feel like when I do murals, it's more like a refresher for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gets me out of the computer, it gets me out of the office, it gets me like totally detached. So yeah. I wish I could do more of those. Obviously for hire, not for fun.
Yeah.
For hire, and just because if I can find a healthy balance between computer and murals, that would be, I guess, a dream position to be in. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's fun for me. It just gets me in my zone. I'm in a little slice of heaven when I'm doing that.
Yeah, it's one thing that I love doing. Obviously, like I can't paint murals, but do quite a lot of client projects where I'll go along on site and we'll bring an artist along and watching it come together, suggesting things like, oh, have we worked with this space and do this and that. It's exciting, man, and clients like always just buzz off seeing a finished mural, don't they? Right, so we've got one question here. How did you work with DJ Khalid?
Okay. That was a fun project. I'm actually really through the years I built a relationship with the producers Cool and Dre. So cool. You know, he reached out to me. I've worked with him on his personal projects or personal brand, and then he reached out to me to work on this whole campaign for DJ Khaled that he was doing, and man, that design went nuts.
Yeah,
nuts. We worked on a couple things after that, and yeah, man, like, that was a fun one.
Right, that's amazing to know.
And just to see him promoting it and taking it everywhere, wearing it, I was like, you know,
because I've always loved hip hop, and I've always probably been like, I love obviously the MCs and the lyrics, but I've always been into the beat, like and the producers, like it's always been producers first for me, really, and then the MCs over the top of it. But yeah, Cool and Dre, they've done some incredible stuff with Fat Joe, Terror Squad and stuff like that.
Legends, bro.
I feel like
and they're still doing it, you know, like their passion hasn't died. They're still in the lab creating day in, day out, and they'll still bring out a banger, you know.
Yeah, I need to go and do some more digging up on them. I think the last thing I heard was it Dre had an album with Fat Joe.
The Family Ties, yeah.
Sick, man. When we're getting some questions rolling in here now, so we'll not leave people quiet. Melbs, one of our artists, the guy we did our first live stream with, asking about tattoo designs. Have you ever thought about being a tattoo artist? Like your
I thought about it a long time ago. I guess when I was still cutting hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I was already tired of the barbershop lifestyle, and I felt like for me the tattoo shop lifestyle would be similar.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't. Once I fell in love with the computer, like that idea went out the window, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
this is where I want to be at. Digital graphics, clothing. That was even before doing murals. So
Nice.
yeah, I wanted to really involve myself in the computer world.
But I think it's a good direction. I know quite a lot of tattoo artists, and it feels like quite a glamorous job and a very well paid job, but creating bodies through grief, like 30, 40
awkward positions. I mean, I remember when I stopped cutting hair, all my back pains went away.
like magic.
Just awkward positions, putting yourself in, and all my back pains went away. I also did gain a lot of weight because now I'm not standing up all the time, sitting down all the time.
Yeah.
So that was it's an adjustment. There's pros and cons,
That's it. Tell me about that. That's my life. Like especially this lockdown. Like I normally move lots, I walk lots, but we're kind of limited to how long we're allowed out the house, and it's just like having to now readjust like how much stuff I'm eating or drinking. Try to not come out the other end of this lockdown like 20 stone. But whatever. I don't know what you do weight in America. Kilograms. 120 kilograms.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got plenty of questions. Someone's asking what your next big project is. I'm sure you probably
there's a project I'm working on now. I just can't talk about it, but I'm really excited for it. I mean, it's kind of come in at the perfect bad time because I mean we launched it before this all went down. But it's still going. People are still tapping into it, wanting to know more about it. So I'm really excited to see where that goes. I'm just not ready to speak about it yet. Cool. I kind of want to stay in the background for this one until we're ready to, show our face.
Brilliant. But there's something coming.
That one's it's a brand, but just staying low key for now.
Nice. So in terms of like doing big brand work, you've done stuff at Adidas as well, haven't you? Amongst
yeah, they've reached out. How I got in touch with them was everybody in this community. At the end of the day, they're very connected. So I did a lot of work with Under Armour at one point where I was working with them for like 4 years. But all those art directors, they kind of move around. One of them ended up knowing one of them at Adidas, needing a guy for typography. Everyone's connected, and that's how they reached out to me.
Yeah.
So
that's the beauty of this world, isn't it? Just connections. Like you never know when.
Connection and coming through. You gotta coming through.
Sick, man. Right, so someone's asking, who or what are your inspirations for your character designs and illustration?
I mean, it varies, man. Like I feel like I pull inspiration from all sorts of lights. Music. I could be watching a TV show, a movie. I feel like you gotta stay grabbing or absorbing information. You know what I mean?
Sponge.
You're right. Like go out, go to a show. For me, music is probably up there. Then there's imagery. Then there's everything kind of. But it's there's no specific source where I grab it from.
Nah.
No.
That's the beauty, isn't it? Inspiration's just everywhere. Get a packet of food out your cupboard and it's like, oh, I like this colour palette, or I like this font.
Yeah.
Right, so Mr. Abracadab's back in with another question. How did you start working with the Miami Dolphins? And what's the craziest thing you've done with them?
I got in touch with them through another artist of mine, another artist I know. His name is Il Surge, and he has a really good relationship with them. He's worked with a lot of the people involved in the organization over the years. So then they had this project to create some wall art for their offices.
Oh.
So it was like the first project I did with them, and it was probably the biggest. And me and him got together. I would drive to his studio, create all these works of art to decorate the art director's office, the employees. We did like 2 murals inside their offices. And it was through Il Surge, and every time I've worked with the Dolphins, it's been through Il Surge. So shout out to Il Surge.
Yeah, man. That's an awesome client to have. Like, obviously, it's just a worldwide.
Yeah, all the projects I've been involved in with the Dolphins has been amazing,
Legendary.
Yeah, man.
Have you done anything for the Heat? I've got a little hat there as I thought I'd pay homage to my.
Oh, yeah, nice. No, unfortunately not. I mean, I've done designs through brands for players, you know,
Yeah.
like with Dwayne Wade and stuff like that, but never directly with the Heat. I mean, they're on the list, you know,
On
like
the
of
list.
people I would love to work with or do a mural for, or,
Oh yeah.
you know, just use me. Come on, hit me up.
That's it. The shout out there. Right. So we've got Craig Keys is asking Procreate brushes. Do you have a few that you stick to, or are you always looking for new ones?
Mainly I use the studio pen and the monoline,
Studio
like
pen.
80% of the time. You know, to fill in, I use like the spray brushes and stuff like that. But honestly, to draw the lines that I do, I use
Yeah.
the studio pen all the time.
Okay. I don't
Yeah,
know Procreate, but I'm sure Craig.
you gotta get it, man.
So I think your man at Toy Snobs asking how have you not seen Masters of the Universe yet?
I haven't, I haven't, and he
Is he
hates me
talking?
for it.
Are you
Yeah,
talking like the movie or
the
just
the movie.
terrible?
Sorry, Will. Sorry, man. I'll make it up to you.
Yeah, I just bought a Masters of the Universe book like
Oh yeah.
probably a month ago, like a massive coffee table book full of everything, like every toy they ever made, like
Right.
the movie stuff. But yeah, I haven't seen the movie either. I've seen
No,
plenty pictures.
I remember my partner Will's birthday passed recently, and him jokingly was like, "I want you to find me a gem," because he's bought me like some of the best toys I have.
Yeah.
He's got them for me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, I gotta get this guy something, you know?
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, find me something. Find me a gem." I'm like, how do I find Will a gem? Like he's the one that knows this way more than I do.
Yeah.
So I dug into the internet. I found this rare black He-Man, all black.
Whoa.
He's like the dark He-Man.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I gave it to him, he didn't even know about it. So I was like, "There's your gem."
That's it.
You know?
You've repaid him for all his gifts now.
Somewhat.
So talking about the He-Man movie, you're saying you're a big Turtles fan. What do you prefer the recent Turtles movies or the ones when we grew up?
I mean, I love the classics. You know, I do. I like what they've done with the newer stuff. I feel like they have to evolve, and I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it's just crazy that they're still relevant. I mean, they still have a cartoon out. Like
Nickelodeon, isn't it?
That's the crazy part to me, like how it's evolved. And you know what? Like I feel like everything always circles back every now and again.
Yeah.
So I feel like something close to that classic one will come out in the future.
Yeah.
Just because everything has to come full circle again. But maybe with more graphics involved and stuff like that, like CGI, all that stuff that they have now. I think they can come out with something really cool.
Yeah.
Using the classic look.
Yeah. When was the last Turtles film anyway? It feels like they did like a couple in quick concessions.
A couple of years ago. I wouldn't say no more than 2-3 years. Has it been? I could be wrong.
Yeah, I might have missed it.
They came out with the part 2 of the newer kind.
So who's your favorite turtle?
Man, as a kid, Mikey, bro, the goofball,
yeah, the orange one.
Yeah, man, Mikey. That was my guy. You know,
class.
That's still my guy.
Oh yeah. Well, someone just asked that question.
There you go. This is Raphael.
Classic. Yeah, I think I remember Turtles a lot when I was a kid, but it's not something I've thought about or reminisced on lately. So that might be the next trip I go down on, filling in evenings when I'm done with this 1990s wrestling shit. Right.
You gotta watch have you seen the Toys That Made Us?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Good stories.
What was I gonna? Oh man, now my brain's gone scrambled eggs. Right, so someone else is asking, besides Turtles, what was your favorite cartoon? So I guess it would be second. What's your second favorite cartoon from?
I loved Ghostbusters, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, their whole storyline, their whole concept was amazing. You know, like. And I remember when I was little, some of the first characters I can remember drawing were Dick Tracy.
Oh yeah. can't picture it in my head, but I do remember it. He's like a detective.
Yeah. It was like the mobster looking guys.
Yeah,
Big yellow coat. You know.
that's it. Have you talking about? Oh man, mate, lack of fresh airs. Eroding my brain cells, I think. Oh, that's what I was going to say, and someone said it here. The new Ghostbusters movie. That's one of the downers of this lockdown for the pandemic. That they've postponed it to like either later in the year or next year. But that new Ghostbusters movie looks sick. Have you seen the trailer for it?
Yes, I have. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I love it. I just like, again, like, it's still around.
Yeah.
Like 30 years later. No, 40 years, like almost 30 something years later, 35, I think they already made their anniversary.
Mate,
And
easy,
it's still around. Like, that's how good it is.
Yeah.
That's how good that concept of Ghostbusters is. Just like Ninja Turtles, you know. I'm pretty sure He-Man can make a come around too if they did a new movie. I'll watch that one. All right, Will.
Mate, they're as far as I know, they're doing a new Netflix series by, do you know, Kevin Smith, the guy that did Dogma and films like that. He's doing it. They've got like loads of mad famous people doing the voiceovers. And I think they're working on like a new He-Man movie as well. There's like a new line of toys coming out in winter, so I think He-Man, like Master of the Universe, is going to be big again.
Okay.
But it's just that's all just a sign of like classic character design, isn't it? That stuff's still relevant like 30 years later.
It still looks brand new. It doesn't look like an old concept. It's just they created a classic, everlasting look.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm looking at like
timeless.
A lot of these characters that when we did that serial killers t-shirt.
Oh yeah, man.
Mate, like
cereal.
I
got it right here. I got it right here.
Yeah, cereal box characters are just bonkers. Like, who the hell designed them? Was it the same people?
Geniuses designed it. You know.
Mate, Kellogg's. I need to do some research on that. That's another boring filler. So, Mel's is asking if you like Thundercats that we were talking about.
I never got into it. I mean, I know a lot of fans. Nothing against them. It wasn't like, they never struck a nerve with me.
Nah.
Just like Power Rangers, they're cool, but never struck a nerve. You know.
Yeah, I remember playing with them when I was a kid, but I can't remember if they came before Masters Universe.
I was big on G.I. Joes.
G.I.
Joes were big.
Did you have mask figures in America? Do you remember them? Mask. They were like little. Oh man, they were like little. I think oh man, you need to look it up. It was called M.A.S.K mask figures. I'm sure it was like little characters with like fighter jets and like shit like that. I'm 42. Later in the year, so me memories of childhood stuff need visual cues to remember them. But oh yeah, someone's saying here, Garbage Pail Kids. Did you ever get into them?
I think when I got older, I just appreciated the artwork. You know what I mean? Like I love their cards. Like, it's just so crazy. Like even with Toy Snobs a couple years ago, we were able to partner up with one of their original artists for a collaboration, and we did like a RoboCop.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
So that was done by an original. Like, he sketched it out, and then I came in afterwards and vectored it out. But the original concept was created by one of the Garbage Pail artists.
Oh, mate, that's huge.
So that was a fun one.
Yeah, I as a kid, I didn't like the Garbage Pail stuff. It's only as an adult, there's a book up there somewhere with all the characters in. But where did they used to make me feel sick? No, they were like the kids picking their noses and vomiting, like while you were going to eat the chewing gum. It just wasn't a good mixture for me, man.
Yeah, it worked out for them, you know. It worked out for them.
Right, so we've only got a few minutes left. Has anyone got like a illustration question or anything about Friks' career or any of the brands that he works with or what he's doing or any advice? Because if not, you're gonna have to hold your tongue, and we're gonna be done soon. But yeah, man. So what's your plans for the rest of the day? Just
I get my daughters today, so I'm looking forward to that. Spend the rest of the day with them. I'm sure they're gonna want to go bike riding or something, you know. Like, hopefully my bike gets here in time before I get them. And no, man, just enjoy the weekend with them, you know.
Amazing. So
I got my oldest a trampoline, like when all this started, so they've been doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Inflatable pool. Just keep them busy, man. Keep them busy.
Yeah. Keep them busy and keep them active. But I tell you what, mate, I think that's us done, man. It was really nice to chat to you, like in person. It's been a long time. And we'll keep in touch. But yeah, thank you very much for giving up some of your time on a Friday.
Oh man, thank you for reaching out, man. This was awesome.
Yeah, man, it was a blast. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man.
Safe, mate. Well, have a brilliant weekend, and I'll catch you on the Instagram.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Thank you very much. Take it easy, yeah.
Bye.
Bye, mate. Right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was another blast. Good to chat to another one of our brilliant artists. So we've got another live stream coming up on Tuesday next week. That's going to be with Ryan Roadkill, awesome artist who's done a t-shirt that we've actually got for pre-sale at the moment on the website AnyForty.com. So go and have a look at that. We'll be chatting to Ryan. We haven't worked out a time yet, but we'll work that out tonight and post that tomorrow. So yeah, thank you to everyone for tuning in or whatever this is. Hope you enjoyed it. Go follow Friks on Instagram and keep up to date with his work. Yeah, have a nice weekend. Being locked in the house. Peace.